Sometimes we have tax-funded services and we think that will solve the problem. The name sounds perfect. A good example would be in Manchester, we have the Mental Health Crisis Centre. Wow, what a great facility. What a great facility to have, unless you try to use it. About 5 years ago, one of my managers was working on the streets in the city centre, and a rough sleeper that he knew came up and said, "All right, pal, just let you know you won't be seeing me again, but I just want to say thank you for trying to help me and thank you for the conversations and just thank you." And the manager I employed said, "Oh, that's fantastic. Where are you going? What are you doing?" He thought he'd figured something out. Another service had helped him. He was moving back in with relatives. So all sorts of things that could happen. And he said, "Oh, no, nothing like that. I'm ending it tonight. So I decided today to go around and thank people and say goodbye to people. And I want to say goodbye to you because you've been trying to help me for a couple of months." So my manager almost loses it. He goes, "What am I going to do?" So he makes some phone calls because obviously we're not experts in everything. So we phoned up some of the partner agencies and said, "This is the situation. What do we do? I don't want this guy to walk away from me now. He's telling me he's going to kill himself." And so we're told, take him to the Mental Health Crisis Centre. It's walking distance outside of the city centre. So we take him there, finally get in the building, sit down, do an assessment. And the verdict was, "You're in too much of a crisis. We can't help you." And my manager goes, "What are you talking about? You're the crisis centre. This guy's in crisis. He's going to kill himself." And the answer was, "Yes, we are the crisis centre, but we don't take crises as high as that." It's like, well, what sort of crisis do you handle? Obviously, a lot lower in the grand scheme of things. So my manager's panicked again, makes more phone calls. What do we do? We end up taking him to A&E, sitting there for 12 hours, and eventually he was sectioned. My manager worked a 15-hour day that day, and he should have worked 4. What's the point of having a mental health crisis centre when they don't deal with crises? Crises? You know what I mean. Badly named. I put not a complaint, I wrote to the head of the organisation saying, "This was our experience trying to use your service. We just want to let you know." And we got a very polite answer back going, "I understand, your criticism, and we do understand that our service is badly named. We shouldn't call it the crisis centre." And that's all we could be offered. There's an explanation that the name was wrong. It sounds great when they're trying to get funding. We're going to be a crisis centre, unless someone's in crisis, in which case we'll send them to A&E. We're funding this, and this is one tiny example of 2 decades of working with the council and working with civil servants. A tiny example of waste and incompetence. And you wonder why nothing gets fixed. You wonder why we've got so many social problems, and you wonder why they're all increasing. There's many factors why, but one of them is we don't even know what we're doing. As a country, we have no idea what we're doing. It's just a status quo, slowly sinking into the sea. Nobody wants to take responsibility. Nobody wants to work hard. Nobody wants to put their head above the parapet and fix anything in case it gets shot off. So that's what we're left with. We're left with a crisis centre that doesn't deal with crises. We're left with a police force that doesn't deal with criminals. We're left with civil servants who don't serve anybody. You vote for me as mayor. Things will change in Greater Manchester. Not overnight, and I can't fix everything, but I'll upset a lot of people. That must be worth something. Catch you soon. If you like that video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell and comment. And if you like what I'm saying about running for Mayor of Greater Manchester, then stick around. Tell your family, tell your friends. The only way I'm going to have a chance of winning is a grassroots movement. So be part of that movement and hit that bell. Thanks.